Hi everybody, welcome back to my explanation on the last group project, final group project assessment. And with that, let's go back to my times. All right, let's go back and we have the assignment brief right here. I'm gonna share screen right here. Okay, so if you're seeing my screen, so that is how you do it. And with that, let's go to our assignment brief, which is the last one, the final group project that will be due on 4th of January 2024. I already mentioned to each and every one of you that you have, to get into groups of 5 or 6. So if you look at my topic right here, that is the latest version, which is on 27th of October 2023. Let me begin my explanation first. And why is it always changing? Reason being because the last assessment or the last assignment for this module is being tied to the Taylor's Impact Lab, which engaged to different projects in Taylor's University. So basically, this is our pilot study. This is the first time that the school is doing it, because previously any of my groups of students can actually do anything what they want, but because we have this initiative, so it is much more focused in a sense where you can do on projects that is interesting to you, and that is being given to you, rather than you think really broadly on yourself. And it's just a video production that you do, which is being keep in a desk at the end of the semester. So basically these videos will actually benefit to a group number of people who is going to see it. And again, it's important that these videos that you make will actually give an awareness to people on the existing projects of that is ongoing on in Taylor's, and that will benefit outside people, and also it will benefit you, where you learn how to make video production from a little bit from me and Dr. Hazian as well, Miss Afruza. Okay, so what do you have to do? First, to get into groups of 5 or 6 and to do a video production of 3 to 5 minutes maximum. If if you can't do 5 minutes, then again, you can always exceed it to 8, but try to keep it at 5 minutes. And what you have to do, submit your video production summary, storyboard of your video production. Either you can use Canva, you can use storyboard template that we use in tutorial classes, or you want to sketch and upload it later when you submit it, also can. So it depends on your creativity. Number 3 would be the script of the video production. Hopefully this week we will we will run through together with you on the template of the script. How would you do it for your video production? So number 4 would be, after you have finished shooting and editing, the video production is to be uploaded into YouTube and submit the URL or the link through the submission section on My Times. And with that, you have, after you have finished the production and all these documentations, you have to record it, presentation of the group, talking about how you come up with the idea, what are the challenges, what have you learned. These 3 things. If you want to talk more, that's up to you. And the 6th one will be the peer evaluation form for each group member. So basically every group member will be submitting in a Google form, or a certain way that I will create it later, so that you evaluate each group member on how they did and contribute to your group production. So that is important. So 6 things to be submitted for the final group project. So if you look back through my screen right here, so these are what we call samples of video treatment, or what I say would be the reference of how would you want to do it, to get a rough idea how would you structure your storyline. So these are the examples that I have indicated for you to watch. If you want to do a video podcast, this is the link. If you want to do a short film, this is the link. Documentary, short film, TV program, travelogue, this is the link. So basically it's entirely up to you how would you treat it, but always consult with your tutor how would you want to do it, whether it's the right way or not. And just look through this video. Sometimes when you have an idea, you really don't know how to actually structure it, but you have to have a reference point. So that is why I give you the links right here. How would you do it? So try to take a look and see whether it fits you. If it doesn't, you have another different style, by all means you can also use that as well. Okay, so moving on, talking about the options there is, or topics that you can do for your final group project. Reason being, number one would be the Education for All Impact Lab, which is the project Baca by Dr. Hema that she did a briefing in our online lecture last week. So with that, the link right here is an example, or it's a detailed explanation or an existing video that there is on YouTube on Project Baca. So what you have to do is to look, if you're not clear, on what Project Baca is about, hopefully this link can help you. Okay, and with that, what you have to do if you are interested in doing this particular project, you can either choose documentary, you can choose travelogue, you can use TV program. So what you have to do is you can talk about Project Baca in general. If you know any volunteers and students, you can actually ask them questions, or you want to interview a few parents and children from the community, or interview the team behind the Project Baca. But all of these people, all of these participants, volunteers, students, parents, if you are not in the project, you wouldn't know who involved in this particular project. So what I'm doing right now, hopefully this week Dr. Hema will give me the list of participants, so that you will be contacting them accordingly, and you can start already asking them for consent, and you can shoot and ask them questions already. But the most important thing is to know basic of what the project is about. So take time to actually Google search what is Project Baca by Taylor's University is, and then look at the link. And then if you want to do the project, I hopefully Dr. Hema will give me a list of participants that can be agreeable to be interviewed by you, for your final group project, if you choose this particular project. Okay, one example being, I have a Tree from tutorial group 4, because she is a volunteer for Project Baca. She wants she is taking the opportunity, she and her team, to go to Johor Bahru, if I'm not mistaken, to actually do like a travelogue reunion, because she has been the volunteer. She wants to see the participant, the student that she taught throughout, and to see how it results and things like that. So that is another example of how you can do it as well. So it depends on your creativity. So what I'm giving is just the outline of how you can do it. So again, this is an example for the first topic. Okay, so second topic would be the Peace, Justice, and Strong Intuition Impact Lab. And with that, you can find the link right here on looking at the explanation of what Dr. Hema has mentioned in her lecture. And because it's much more of a general project, so it's you can do anything about it. You can and the most easiest treatment to go for is to do a short film on and create a fiction story or real life story, but a fiction story based on domestic violence, and with that you can do that, or you can do a podcast talking about domestic violence happening in the community with a couple of topics in it as well, with two hosts, and you talk it, and have, certain points up till the fourth, fifth minute to fill up your podcast. So that is how you do it for the peace, justice, and strong institution impact lab, because it's much more of a general project. You can be more freer in how you want to approach it, and that's about it. But the most important thing is to look at the link and the explanation first, and then you come back to me, and if you have questions on it, right? But look at the explanation by Dr. Hema, and you also can find the explanation on week 5. So check it out. If this link doesn't work, check it out on week 5. There's an explanation on it as well. Okay, so that is for the second one. For the third one would be digital economy, and again, this particular person by the name of Professor Dr. Ong Kian Ming mentioned that you either to do a pitch or a fiction storyline based on the product of Montigo. So, and I know a lot of people, a lot of groups choose Montigo, and as of today, I would like to remind all of you that as of now, I have not received any Montigo products. So what you can do is to just create a storyline, a short film advertisement on the product, and that's it. You don't have to do and have the product in your story. So you can just create a tagline of Montigo. So it's a short film ad. You don't have to go and go to Montigo stores and interview the people. No need. You just create a storyline and advertisement of how would you want people to remember or to persuade to buy a Montigo product. So that is it. Okay, so create a story, just like an example of the short film ad I provided right here. Okay, and you can create any storyline, any creative story to persuade people to buy the Montigo product. That's it. Okay, and if you want to create a motto, also okay. A motto, a copy line, a copy editing line, underneath Montigo, buy now or not, you will regret it, also can. So that would be for the third project. Okay, and last but not least is the My Bamboo project by AR Chang Yan Yi, and it's under the Livable Urban Communities Impact Lab. And if you can see the link right here, this is a more detailed explanation of what the project is about. So the treatment of video production, you can either do a documentary, you can do a TV program, or you can do a podcast on it. So basically what you see right here until number 5 are the ideas that you can actually do, for your video, the persons behind the bill, how they come up with the idea, making behind the bill, who receive it, and the mentors behind the bill. So if you were to choose this project, you will have to spend an extra time outside from your class to actually look for this group of people. And what I'm doing from my end, if you are interested, I am doing on my end with Miss Yan, okay, Miss Chang Yan Yi, that to pair with you, if you're interested, to pair with you with groups that are agreeable to be included in your video production, and they talk to you and you can actually document them. But if not, if you want to see in a much more general way, also okay. But these are the dates that you have to keep, which is on the 31st, bamboo post delivery happening after 5 p.m, where I will share with you later if I have got the details. 2nd November, bamboo build will come again for 8 hours of consultation, and then the build until 2nd to 15th November, and assembly and bamboo structures moving out there on the 16th of November, and the 18th November will be my bamboo exhibition and market day at P3KU. So I would say this particular project is very, very interesting, and I personally like to see like to see at the middle of the campus, all these students from School of Architecture building these structures. And again, but it will be very challenging from our end, from our module, that we have to find time, you have to find time to talk to this group of people, to follow these dates. But if you can, do it. Okay, if you can, you do it. Don't think twice, don't think thrice, just do it and try to see wherever you can fit. But the most important thing is, first and foremost, once you have chosen a project, is to keep on to have the storyline structure first. Okay, then sketch it. Okay, then show to either myself, Dr. Azian, and Miss Afruza whether the explanation is, or the storyline makes sense or not. So we have to be consulted so that your project doesn't does not go off track. So that is important for me in this final group project. So with that, okay, that would be it. Okay, my explanation for these 4 projects and what you have to do for the particular project. So the most important thing is, if you're not from my tutorial groups and you are from Dr. Azian's and Miss Afruza, is to always consult with them what you want to do, and already show them your storyline of what you want to do for your final group project. Okay, so I do apologize from my end if it's always ever changing, reason being because it's a pilot study. This is the first time we are doing it to test it in this module, because before this, it's free flow for for students who are taking this module. But I would say this is a challenge and an interesting thing that you can do. It's much more focused. You don't have to really crack your head to actually think of what you need to do. It's already there. So you just create a storyline, discuss with your group members, and make sure to do it in progression, so that I will keep together with you, and be together with you at every part. So hopefully, if I think we have time, after we learn about photo angles and shots and things like that, we will do video shooting and so forth. And if I have time, I will do another video explanation on how to use CapCut, to actually edit your videos. Why CapCut? It's an editing software, the simplest and the most basic one, so that you can use it, and you can incorporate it and edit videos accordingly. Okay, so that's free, so hopefully that works fine for us. So yes, that's about it for my explanation as of today. So with that, thank you so much everybody, and I will be seeing you this week. Thank you.